Okay. Now we should be live. Yes. I apologize for the inconvenience, guys. We had some problems with the system. It's working now, and I wanted to apologize for that. That's the problem when you're doing the live shit. You sometimes run into problems, and you can have to work on different things. Yeah, Michelle's been trying to keep these things going right now, and so right now the good news is I can get back to looking at your questions, and I apologize for the inconvenience. So let me just let everybody know that we have no watching right now. Turkeys, you have to share it again. What? Just do it, Michelle. Oh. Share it. Share it. I have to share it with everybody again. Because the stupid goddamn thing went down. Okay. So, let's get back up here. And go to events. And share the events. And see if we can get this working here. Yeah. Okay, so we're live again. Yeah. We're live again. So, no, I don't need to see my advertising. I know what my ads are about. Okay, so yeah, we apologize for the inconvenience, Amber, of all and everybody else. The video clip going bad, and I'm gonna try to see if I can fix this. Let me re-share this link. Because of that reason, it's not like I have backup streams. You should get some backup streams. Yeah. Alright. Not that much. Oh, okay, a little lower. There we go. 2017. Yep. Okay. And I'm just going to try to get this up really quick because we're running behind schedule. And, so, share to, okay, I'm going to share it to Facebook. I need to do this anyway, because you know why, guys? Because the Facebookers, they don't see the link as easily as they should. They don't see it, okay? They should, but they don't. For some reason, they just never see the link. Until long afterwards, and let's see. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Yes, post. And let's see. Okay, almost done. I'm going to also post this to Google, obviously, so the Google people see it. In fact, if you are a subscriber and you have clicked the bell icon, you will have already received notifications that we have gone live. If you did not click the bell and you still want to know about the live notifications, you can certainly receive them by other means. Okay, so looking here, I'm seeing bit rates of 30 frames per second. Good. Okay, so now that means I should be able to look at the comments and get people back on the page, and that's what I'm going to do. So let me back up here, back up. So, for those of you who were wondering what hell happened, some reason FMLE decided to piss on my cornflakes, and it does that once in a while. This program is not exactly the greatest when it comes to, it's not the brightest bulb in the chandelier at all. So, you know, it just totally just ixnayed the whole live stream thing. So, I am waiting now for my video to begin to pick up some material, gray, orange, yeah, well, pause. Alright, so Amber's comment is still here. And so I guess we have to stall until somebody shows up. I guess so. So we'll have to stall. Alright, so okay, how's the rate going? At this point it looks like it's doing okay. Yeah, the sound is, yeah, the sound seems like it's working too. Yeah, okay, so that's good. Let me slide this over so I can kind of keep an eye on the live stream and comments. So for all those of you who are wondering what happened, I'm not sure exactly what happened. That the FMLE basically just stopped working correctly and just dropped the whole ball. And for those of you who wonder why that is, I can't tell you. I don't know. It just does stupid stuff like that. So now we have 2 live streams. We have Dory's and we have this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to put the 2 live streams together. Oh, hello. 1 watcher left. Yes, and I apologize for you, 1 watcher, if you wanted to post a question and you missed a chance. It's okay. Questions are, you can post your questions now. I will do my best to answer them in a timely fashion. We had some technical problems, and that kind of caused the live stream to go down. Hopefully now it'll stay up during this remainder of the stream. So, how are you going to play the video? What? Dory's video. If there's no speaker hooked up, they can't even hear it. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Michelle doesn't have a speaker hooked up to the... Alright. Right. And we don't have a speaker hooked up to it. So, right now, let me go ahead and go into another window for a second, because I'm nosy. Yeah. Let me just check something. Okay. And I want to check is my channel, or actually, yeah, I want to check my channel files. And I want to see if there's any way I can kind of combine these together. Let's see, file manager. I just want to see if this thing is going to work this time. T-Mobile, like I explained in the technical vlog, is a half duplex thing through Wi-Fi. I don't know about actually when you're actually using the phone itself. Yeah, we are. There's Dory's little clip video. The first 11 minutes and 22 seconds. So we now know what that is. That's good. We know what that is. So at least her little clip isn't gone. Okay. For those of you who did not know what Dory had said, she said is that, you know, in the other video is that I will be gladly enough to do a YouTube video if I can get the emotional support from my membership by sending me an email to DoryMyvilleTorrington@gmail.com. She wants to know if there's a justified desire for her video coverage and for her channel. So that's what she said, is if you like my video, send a message to DoryMyvilleTorrington@gmail.com, and you will, of course, if I think there's enough demand, I will consider doing the video. That's what she said. So yeah, that would be kind of cool for everybody. And if you want to, so that includes you, Amber. If you want to talk to Dory, send a letter to DoryMyvilleTorrington@gmail.com. That is all one word. There's no spaces in that word. And she said that if there's enough requests that she will consider doing another video again. And for the rest of you guys who have unfortunately been kicked to the curb because FMLE has decided to drop you like a hot potato, I am really sorry about that. It's just the nature of the technology. It doesn't always work consistently. I'm seeing frame rates are kind of jumping all over the place and stuff like that. You would think that there'd be some way to prevent that from happening in the future, but that's not the case at all. I really want you to ask questions. So let's see, CP out there. Let me send CP a message in case she didn't know that we're still on the air and that yeah, let me share this. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Oh, I know how. Yes. Let me go to email. This is the reason why I told CP that it is extremely a bad idea not to be a subscriber, because if you're a subscriber, we know you're live. We know where you are, and we know what you're doing and everything. So let me just send CP a message, and I don't need to play my last gen. It's just going to slow me down again. Okay. So let me go back here. So let me send this message to CP. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to send this to email. So I'm going to send her, put in her, yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, so it's okay. Okay, so I sent the email to her so she can join us back into this, and so that we know that. So let's go back to the main stream here. So we had a couple people who asked me to kind of recap where we were about if it would be possible to have a live stream next weekend on Sunday. And I said to myself yeah, so we could certainly do that, live stream on Sunday at 6 o'clock. And so that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to have a live stream on Sunday at 6 o'clock instead of on 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock was suggested by one of my users who wanted to have a live stream tonight. And I don't say it was a great idea, but I'm saying it is kind of late, and a lot of people are not going to really be participating because it's late. They really would have been here earlier in the daytime because of the, but we can't help that. Somebody suggested, well, could we actually have the stream running from, say, 6 until 10, 11? They didn't say it outright that way, but that was kind of what they were thinking. And the answer is the same problem that we would have having streams at all, is the fact is that we don't have enough saturation and enough demand to make it a feasible choice at all to have live streams that long. Because there's just not enough people to want to watch that long. Like I said, I have users that come in and out of these streams and watch them later on. And so, yeah, another another rotten day. Oh, it's not that bad. It's just, yeah, okay. Okay, I'm back. Thank you very much, Amber, for coming back. We apologize for the inconvenience. We had some problems with the live stream because the software had died. It had just quit working. The frame rates went right through the floor, and then of course when I discovered it, it was like 5 minutes later, and it took me some time to kind of regroup and reorganize. I don't know where CP is. I sent her a message as well to have her join us again. As far as I know, she could still be doing other things at this point. So we'll have to just take it play it by ear from that. We have one watcher again. Thank you, Mr. Watcher, whoever you may be. We apologize for the last time if you tried to join us and the stream had dropped. We had some technical mites. It seems to be working right now anyway. At least that's what my frame rates are telling me at 30, anywhere from about 24 to 30 frames per second, which is pretty close to normal for me. So, considering this is an NTSC camera, not a PAL, so although the rates are kind of jiggly-joggly all over the place, they're not really staying consistent. But it is playing. So that's a step in the right direction anyway. We don't have auto adjust on. Let me turn that back on here. I don't really like it that much, but that's okay. We'll just set that back on. Make sure it's, see if this will help fill in the blanks with the streams drop. And okay, so Amber says, do you want a guest? Unfortunately, under FMLE, we cannot do a guest. On Google Hangouts, we could do guests, but not under FMLE. Or I know Wirecast, which is like $400, does allow guesting, I think. But this is not this is not Wirecast. So unfortunately, I can't do guests right now. But maybe next weekend, maybe we'll use the Google Hangouts and do guests then, because that's going to be starting at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Do you like 6 o'clock Eastern Time for live stream time? And now we wait for answer. Yes, we do. Well, I don't have the phone hooked up yet to the system to do that. Otherwise, I would have said fine. But our phone system is not hooked up yet to this to the system to allow for people to call in and have the voices go over the internet yet. I hope to fix that eventually. The question is when? I don't know, because it keeps, if you watch the technical blog, you kind of understand why I really don't want to have phone calls anymore. No, it would not be great. Amber, it would not be great at all. Because first of all, last time I had, my hearing is so bad sometimes. That story, I'm almost as deaf as a post. I sometimes can't even hear her. And hi CB, I'm glad you came back. I apologize for that. We had some live stream errors because the software kind of got all messed up, and now it's working. So, I apologize for the inconvenience for everybody. Right now it's you and Amber at this point, but you and Amber are kind of like alternating between the two. I see one watcher. So Amber is kind of acting like the Cheshire Cat. She's kind of going in and out every now and then. So, okay, so you like the 6 o'clock too. You and another username, Sally, said the same thing, that she wanted 6. So, for next Sunday, the 20th, it will be at 6 o'clock to see if that's any better for live stream. Okay? If you guys want to find out what happened in the last 11 minutes, I started at 9 o'clock. There is the other piece of this video is already uploaded. You can watch it. And that's where Dory talked a little bit about how she's feeling and how her health is. So if you want to find out and hear a little bit of Dory's talking about, just go to video uploads and you'll see it. And that's part 1. I'm going to call that part 1 so that we can avoid any kind of confusion in the future. No, it's not. You're right. She's saying is that YouTube is not very accurate for live stream stats. No, they're not. In fact, a lot of times I may be seeing that my videos could easily be going out to many outside sources that have nothing to do with YouTube, such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I don't know. Somebody's just quietly found a way to intercept the live stream link and watching it on their own software. So outside sources could be watching the stream right now. And the sad truth is that those same individuals are not easily actually able to contact us and post questions on here. You need to be a YouTube subscriber to post questions. So if you are an outsider watching this on Facebook, Twitter, or some other site, then you need to subscribe to the channel, which is really easy. If you look on the lower right hand corner of your screen, it says subscribe, NASQ in most of your browsers. Click on that link. It'll bring you to a subscription button. Click on that button there. And also don't forget to click on the little bell, and that means you'll receive notifications always. So no matter what happens, you always will know when a new video comes up, including if a video drops and I have to restart, you will get a notification that the video has restarted, so you won't have to feel like a doofus wondering what happened to the video and why you're missing out on it. Also, there is a time difference. We're about a minute behind. So often when you read messages, you're taking them out of context. Right. And that's one of the reasons I try to make sure to read the question as well, so that my audience knows what I'm answering. Instead of basically just reading a question, or just looking at a question and speaking up, because that would confuse them, that would confuse me, especially when I'm reviewing this video a second time. I'm also going to try to save this vlog, or these questions here, as a video or an audio or a computer file. But I have no website to upload them to right now, so I don't know where I would be able to upload them to, because it'll be a little bit too big to just upload to just anywhere. Well, how about using Google Docs or something, or one of the other... Google Drive. Google Drive could be used. Yes, that would be an idea. I could put it in Google Drive. They're not that big. I don't think this check log is going to get that large, where it's going to easily use up, 5 gigabytes of data on Google Drive. So that's what I'll do. I'll save this on Google Drive, and then I will post the share link in with this video when it's finished, so that you can read the questions and the answers. Or the questions anyway. Okay, he says Amber, Yorkshire Coppers. Okay. So what? Okay. So what is Coppers? Is that's not her last name? No, it's not her last name, but Coppers. I don't think it's talking about the police. Oh yeah, the sirens in the background. Very good. Yeah, we have one on the main street. The ambulances and police cruisers come around here a lot. I don't do anything bad, but there are some people in my building that can be pretty much into the crime stuff. So can we discuss? Yes, we certainly can. I was hoping to discuss the topic. I'm glad you brought it up. She said I'm getting bored. Alright, so why don't you start with the first topic, and then we'll take it from there. CP is going to start us off with a question, and we'll start off with a question-answer session. And for those of you who are wondering why it's going to take us a while, there's going to be a delay because of the fact that she's going to type it, then I got to read it, and then we're going to discuss it, or at least we'll try to have an interactive discussion both in chat and in the areas here. Amber can also ask questions too. Right now I said the CP is start us off, so bullying. Amber wants to talk about bullies. Well, I've had enough of that for a while. Let's talk about something related to what I was mentioning earlier about the likes versus unlikes thing. Dislike things. According to Mr. Beast, that's his YouTube handle, Mr. Beast, he says that the YouTube like system is kind of reverse of what you think it is and how it affects you being listed on YouTube. It's not the likes that gets you listed higher on the list. It's the dislikes, which totally threw me for a loop because I was like, what? What do you mean? If people click dislike on your video, you get more presence or recognition than you do if you click likes? I said, so all my trolls are doing me a favor, and I did not know. Duh. How do you like that for a surprise? So make sure to click dislike at the end of this video. I'm partially serious, guys. Okay. I kind of dislike it too because the fact just got cut off halfway through it. Yes, I know. That's what Mr. B said. That dislikes actually help your channel. So I was kind of surprised by that. So very interesting. Okay, CP, what's your topic for today's discussion? Since you said you wanted to start a topic, let's get some talking points in. It's the fact that people care enough to share an opinion. Yeah, but you know what? It would be nice if they also would send a comment too, so that we would at least know why they like or dislike a video. And I mean, my channel has always been kind of up in the air and it's kind of messed up anyway. But you know, it'd still be nice if they would talk a little bit. And I don't mean like one word, you know, simple phrase statement like, your channel is shit. I mean, I'd like to see like, your content is a little bit lackluster and seems to be very staid, very banal. Absolutely. My content is absolutely banal. Having to constantly, especially in these live streams, constantly have to rehash the same old daily grind because the video decides to drop the video halfway through kind of definitely adds to the banality. Okay, CP says, in fact, let's see. It says, is the fact that people care enough to share an opinion? Yeah, okay, and then Amber repeated to her CP. CP originally said, wasn't First Lady Trump going to champion the topic of bullying? I see nothing from her. Right now, I think she's got a lot more concern in her mind right now, such as her son Barron, and the fact that the United States is preparing potentially for North Korea to send us a very unwelcome care package called Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. I don't think that she's not totally dismissing the thought of talking about bullying. But I do know that her poor husband has certainly been bullied plenty by the fake news media for the last few months since he got inaugurated. They have never cut him any slack, despite the fact that he has kept all of his promises, and the gross domestic product of the United States is on the increase. Over 1 billion jobs have been created in this country. Is it a billion? I think it's 1 billion. I think it's 1 billion jobs too. Yeah. Plus, we got many new manufacturers investing in American workers at this point. So, okay. Oh yeah, I remember something about that. But you know, I don't really think that she's really necessarily a bully, though. you should talk to Melania, and she says, for those of you who don't know what the hell I'm talking about here, she says, in fact, I can't be bothered to know her name. Her name is Melania. The First Lady has been called out for bullying. Yeah, but I don't know. I think that's quite true. But remember, you're dealing with the fake news side of things, and so the real news and the fake news sometimes gets so confusing that nobody knows who's coming or going. I noticed that. Michelle Obama is following through with her programs. You mean like the healthy meal choices for public school kids? For example, that's one I know best of all. I don't really know if it's going to necessarily help because the public schools have said that they have tried to throw a lot of food away because the kids are not eating all the food that there's on the trays. The Michelle Obama had declared it was a good, healthy choice of meals. So I kind of tend to wonder if maybe she made a mistake because, I mean, maybe her children would eat healthy lunch like she does, but the average American kid in school didn't. I mean, when I went to school, we did not have really healthy choices. 7th and 8th grade, I mean, we had a main entree line, which in the cafeteria. It wasn't bad. Most of the food was, a lot of carbohydrates and stuff. It wasn't bad, but those kids was inexpensive. But it met the U.S. daily recommended allowance for the 1980s. And given what Michelle Obama wanted the schools to serve for food, I don't think even I would have eaten half of it. I think I would have dumped my tray and just stormed out of there. Or gone to the a la carte line and get another grilled cheese and a bowl of vegetable soup and maybe, grab a yogurt or something, or maybe grab an apple. I really don't think but I'm a little more conscious about, yeah, but unfortunately it didn't help anything with the weight loss, Amber. Mrs. Michelle Obama did not really help much with weight loss. Because remember, the other part of the problem is it's not so much just when the kids are in school, it's what the kids eat at home, which is a lot of pre-processed foods. For those who can afford to have a meal at home and eat decent food, doesn't mean their parents are morbidly obese. Those kids are probably going to be morbidly obese because the problem is it's generational. I'm overweight. I'm obese. I try very hard to keep an eye on things, but my family, it's Italian Norwegian, we ate a lot of things that were loaded with carbohydrates and fat, and it wasn't like anybody really thought it was bad for us at the time, but it was. I just didn't think about it. Do you remember what Obama got caught on the hot mic agreeing to meet Russians in a secret meeting? I've heard of it. I don't really know anything about that. But yeah, I've already seen it as Democrats certainly were working with the Russians. The State Department, Hillary Clinton was working with the Russians. She gave them 20% of her uranium deposits. They're colluding with the Russians even now, and the Ukrainians as well. So, and they have to keep blaming Donald Trump, saying he's the one who's colluding with the Russians. But when their own files show that they happen. Most presidents have to meet in secret. Yeah, they do. They have their back channels. They have their secret little communications channels. Because sometimes you have to remember the mainstream media is constantly looking out for leaks and details. But, for example, sometimes things, especially allies against, like, North Korea in this case, they don't want their meeting, say, for example, when the Prime Minister May of the UK and the other NATO allies, they don't want that conversation going out and being picked up by the mainstream media, which will then quietly tweet it all out to North Korea. So, yeah, the presidents and other heads of state do work in private. there's for that reason. That's why they have those back channels. Just for the exact reason they needed today. Yeah, well, he's talking about the open mic thing. Yeah, but then again, what's worse is what's going on with Hillary Clinton right now. They have, and James Comey, they have enough information to confirm that they indeed have been working and lying and scheming and doing all this stuff. And Loretta Lynch is also under very hot coals right now because they have found enough smoking evidence to show that these people have been doing these things that they're blaming Trump for. But they have evidence that indicates, clear evidence from their own files, that they're already doing the same thing. Colluding with the Ukrainians, Russians, and everything else. And for example, it turns out that Loretta Lynch's meeting on the tarmac wasn't so simple in the first place. Latest Department of Justice information shows that there was actually a third party there as well that can attest to that. No. Ukraine is not Russia at this point, but Ukraine was part of Russia for a long time under the Soviet Union, under what is known as the CCCP. That's the Cyrillic letters of the Soviet Union, CCCP. I know because they got a lot of parts stuff made from Russia. So yeah, the thing here is that I don't think what's going on between Ukraine, the Crimea area is going to be resolved the way that everybody wants it to. The Crimeans want to go back to Russia. Okay, Russia's willing to accept them back. The Western Ukraine is going, no, we don't want you to go back to Russia because you are part of Crimea. You are part of Ukraine. Actually, Urals were actually kind of part of both, kind of like Switzerland is. So, Russia's more than willing to work with Crimea after the situation with, this is a couple of years ago now, this is way back, I'm going to remember, I can remember all the details because it's been so long. Something about Maidan, and how the reprisal and the referendum to split from the Ukraine happened. So I would say, like I said then, I'll say now, is I think that the Ukraine should, accept the vote of the people of Crimea and let them leave, and just be friends with them, be allies, be trade partners, but they want to be their own selves, their own sovereign nation. So I'd say that's it. In your opinion, has Donald Trump done anything wrong since he's been president? I'm sure you could say the biggest thing I think he's ever done wrong is the fact is that he never, he's fired a lot of good people, for one thing. People that really did have their own kind of agendas, but overall he was, trying to think of protect his ass. For example, firing Scaramucci, I think, was a mistake. Firing Bannon was a mistake. Firing Renis Priebus, I think, or is he still with him? You were talking about the press secretary, Spicer. Thanks, him. Yeah. Okay. But Spicer kind of wanted out because anyway, that's why Sarah Huckabee is the press secretary now, because Sean Spicer was not able to keep up with the workload and the press briefings and the negative press, and it's just been hurting a lot of people. And I don't think in a way, I don't think Trump is an idiot, CP. First of all, he's not a politician at all. He's an American citizen. He's a businessman. What doesn't help any that one, the deep state keeps trying to screw him up every time. They're not even listening to a word he's saying. They're always like, why did Mitch McConnell say for 7 years that he wants to replace Obamacare, and then when he finally gets the opportunity, he can't even successfully do it? And that's Donald Trump's right here. He said For 7 years, you guys have said that you're going to repeal and replace Obamacare, and yet you never do it. Then you got the opportunity right in front of yourself. If you can't do it when you got your own people to work with you, and you got the majority of the Senate, and you can't even get the people in the Republican Party to agree to repeal and replace, or just repeal and then later replace, that tells me something. Mitch McConnell has lost his teeth. And let's not get started with his wonderful friend there, Mr. McCain, shall we? Mr. McCain has got his own problem. He's a war hawk. Nothing wrong with that. Except the one thing is that he has also got some significant health issue. No one with his brain tumor. That's real. That's not going to change. Okay? He's sometimes in some ways he's a closet Democrat. The sad truth is if the Republicans and the Democrats could finally get their heads out of their collective asses and put their nose to the grindstone and do the job they were supposed to do, we would not have been watching the same news over and over again about repeal, replace, failure, this, failure, the constant thing of the Senate Judicial Committee about this secret or this special prosecutor, that special prosecutor. There's like 3 fucking special prosecutors right now. You got one, which is Bueller about Donald Trump. You got one for Comey and Loretta Lynch and Hillary, and then another one for Hillary Clinton. And those 2 are working kind of, they think, under one prosecutor, really. And of course, Jeff Sessions is sitting here saying, well, we should make sure that marijuana is not legally available drug. It's a Schedule 2 or 3, and it is illegal, and it shall remain legal on the federal level. And if any state tries to say otherwise, they can go kiss my federal ass. Oh, that's not what he said literally, but you know what I mean. So the thing is the whole story with that about the states' rights is protected in the 13th Amendment of the Constitution. There's no reason. And Amber, you say your dad's an attorney, you should be able to look this up under the Bill of Rights, look under the 13th Amendment, which is actually added afterwards. State sovereignty. The state has laws. The state says we have our own marijuana policies, we have our own legislation. And it's within our state. Within our state, there is no interstate commerce. You cannot regulate our state because that goes against the Constitution of the United States as specified by the 13th Amendment. But Jeff Sessions doesn't seem to listen to it. And he's supposed to be the Attorney General. And he's still trying to push it. How do you feel about using Twitter in the same... How do you feel? Well, let's put it this way. I read his tweets. I think he's doing a pretty good job. I think he realizes it's, even though Twitter is still run by a very leftist organization, he's still able to speak out and speak his mind free of the translators and the blinders of the mainstream press. I think that's, he felt that's necessary to do that. I understand that. It just as like we mentioned about censorship, we got the problems with YouTube going on right now. It's affecting our channels. Is that YouTube has been censoring a lot of the small channels like mine, and it's hurting us. It's causing problems for us. But he's president of the United States. He has the same right as I do, to speak my mind, and that's the Constitution says he has that right. If he chooses to use Twitter and he's not threatening people, if he's not bullying people, and he's not hurting people, I say, good. What you may do as you need to do. Period. That's a fact. Nobody's going to argue with that. I don't believe there's anything wrong with that at all. His Twitter drives me a tree. Well, to some people, his messages are quite good. I read them, but I don't read every single one of them. But I come back and I read them when I can, because he tweets a lot. But that's okay. He has the right to. Just like everybody who on Facebook tweets or Facebooks about their statuses and things like that. He should have the same right to tweet or Facebook. I have sent a few tweets to him as well. I didn't get any responses directly, but I also went through and contacted whitehouse.gov regarding a few things that were bothering me. But I still haven't heard from back from them yet either. It says, Michele, this is Amber, says, you are a sweetheart, but you're acting like a sheep. You just quoting what he said. You cannot blame it all on Mitch McConnell. It's a cop-out on this part. No, I don't think it's quite a cop-out. The whole Senate has been, and some Democrats in most of the Senate Republicans and some Democratic or House Republicans are working with him. Some of them are deliberately putting roadblocks all over the place and putting their own version of the wall in his way. I would not say that I am a sheeple because of two reasons. Number one, I research this stuff. I study the news. I look at the news. We used to say the same thing about evangelicals used to quote Bible scriptures. You know, you must be a real sheep because all you do is you talk about the scriptures, but you don't even know what the hell they mean. Well, I know what they mean. I used to be a Bible-belting Christian. I am a Roman Catholic, but still, you know, we could talk about that too. That's something that could potentially, as the Doors would sing, light my fire. Because there's a lot of Christians and Roman Catholics and evangelicals are very, very passionate about their faith. I'm passionate to a point, but as far as Pope Francis goes, I don't think I quite like this guy that much. But you know what? He's the Pope. He's the head of the church, so you know I may not like it, but that's who the conclaves have put in there. Although I really wish Pope Benedict the 16th had stayed the active Pope, but he didn't. Okay, next question. And he says he was right. Okay. CP, his anti-gay in Pence major anti-gay. Well, you know, the gay situation is kind of a, for me, is kind of a mixed bag. Because I am a lesbian. I understand the lesbian thinking. I understand the gay thinking. I understand the transgender thinking. He's never said anything personally himself against the gay community. He never. Oh no, you're gonna. I know some people will. Hey, well, he told the military that no gays. Oh no, he said no transgendered. You're probably like, why? Well, because the problem was that so many of the transgendered will have free federal transgender changes, sex changes. I mean, it's one thing if you're financing it out of your own pocket from your military pay, but if you're going to have the government pay for your procedure, that's completely unrealistic. Considering the fact that one of the things he said I want to do is I want to try to fix the things that are wrong in the military and try to get our military back into tip-top rating form. So, I mean, he said that there will not be no new transgendered military, but he didn't. I don't think he can really stop a man who goes in as a man, fights as a man, acts as a man, looks like a man, has male genitalia, and then who quietly took their pension and saved it and went ahead and got the big snip later on. That's fine. You know, that I don't mind that. But some of these guys, he said, like some of these progressives want to have the federal government pay for the procedure like they did. And I think in California, a prisoner for like prison was how long was he in jail for? He was like 30 years in prison, and they actually paid for his whole procedure in the state of California, everything, and he's in jail for 30 years. Right? Jeez. Okay. Anyway, he says, listened to both sides. She still has not actually done anything. Well, yeah, it says here, CP says he was right on top of the situation in Charlotte, but he has yet to acknowledge the 3 dead Marines. You should use more control Twitter, and then of course she says, I watched him both sides, he's still not actually done anything. Well, I try to watch both sides too. As a moderator, I try to look at the thing from both the conservative and the liberal perspectives, Republican or Democrat. Yes, there are liberal Republicans, and they are liberal, they are conservative Democrats, believe it or not. I happen to be a moderate. I tend to try to be middle of the road. I try to look at things from all angles, all sides, to determine if something makes any sense or not. I follow my gut. I follow the news. I read a lot of it. Amber says, I voted for Trump just like you. With the same hopes as you do, but I will not buy into every lame excuse he gets for his own downfalls. When you mess up, you need to own him. Yeah, well, okay, I agree with that. But at this point, what did he really do to mess up? You talk about the celebrity Hollywood tape, or with Bush there, Billy Bush? Are you talking about that? Which he did. He did fess up to that. He said, "Yeah, I did say that to Billy Bush and the Access Hollywood tape. I did not know they were taping it at the time. I don't think it was right for me to say that. I said, regardless, and I apologized, and I accepted his apology because he did apologize. He didn't make excuses. He didn't say to me, yeah, but I was just telling the guy we're just drinking a couple extra beers at night, and like, well, that's what guys are anyway. So I guess, yeah, take it with a grain of salt. Anyway, he's letting Pence do all his dirty work on the gay issue. Well, Pence has got something going that Donald Trump lacks. Pence has executive office skills for a big governor for the state of Indiana. Pence has legal knowledge of the system. Donald Trump is a businessman. I'm sure that in some cases, he also believes in delegating responsibility. For example, he knows how to wheel and deal. Pence knows how to wheel and deal in his own way. So to say that, it's wrong for him to say, okay, Mike, you're going to deal with everything that has to deal with Congress. You're going to have to deal with every bullshit treaty that ever get written. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to quietly sit here and play my Xbox. No, he's taking his own initiatives and doing the things that he knows how to, which is to negotiate. And Mike Pence is doing the things that he knows how to do, which is to actually litigate. And that's called delegating responsibilities to people that are best suited to do the job. I did the same thing here. I'm not always the best cook in the world. Sometimes I cook, sometimes Dory cooks. Right now, because of the injury to Rory's arm, I'm doing most of the prepping, but most of the cooking, except for a few times she's done that with Jones running her Stone Simple meals to cook. So that's the way I think he's doing that. Okay, Amber, it's interesting, but would you like to explain? Yes, sir. Okay, so I want to answer. I'm falling behind here, so let me catch up here. That's such a tiny number of people in the transgender media. That's true, it is. He has signed a lot of executive orders at first. Big deal. Well, that's more than any brother president has done. Barack Obama didn't even sign as many as he did. You ever looked at all the things that he's doing? He's bringing jobs back to this country. That's a big step in the right direction. Barack Obama was trying to destroy this country, and Donald Trump is actually bringing jobs to this country. Now, I want to answer Amber's question real quick. Every single day he does something to mess up. He constantly says dumb things on Twitter, which is no different than going on live TV and saying those things. Well, let's put it this way. What do you mean by mess up? Did he not bring jobs back to this country? Did he not carry air conditioning in Indiana? Did he not get Foxconn commit to build a new plant in Wisconsin? Did he not go ahead and encourage some other manufacturers to build new plants in Arizona? Did he not go ahead and keep his promise and say for every new regulation, 2 must be repealed? Did he not do all that? Yes, he did. Did he act like a buffoon doing it? No, he did not. So I don't know what you mean by he said stupid things, because so far his performance is very good for a president that's only been in office since January. He's doing more than, as I said, the same time Barack Obama has done. Oh yeah, he also cut the federal budget costs. What does he say? Like $3 trillion budget cut, and it's not sorry. 3 trillion. I think it's about shit, I forgot. It's about 3 trillion sounds right, but it's so big I can't even imagine cutting 3 trillion in the first 7 or 8 months of his presidency. But he's really cut expenses and regulations. This he has. Executive order is not a good thing. It is the least conservative thing you can do. It's the American version of the king making a decree. That's true. And but the thing is don't forget that Barack Obama used a lot of executive orders as well. A lot of them. In fact, he said, I got a pen and I got a phone and I'm going to use them. And Donald Trump is not doing any worse than him when it comes to that. He's established that he's trying to work with Congress, but Congress is constantly sticking their fingers up their asses and going, we're not going to do nothing right now. We're just going to waste time talking about drama. Total presidential dramas on TV. Let's watch it today. That's all they're doing. They're not doing their job. They're not even focusing on the budget. We still have the risk of a government shutdown because they still haven't resolved the budget or even follow a continuing resolution. So to say that the president is doing the wrong thing, I can say something. I don't think the president's doing the wrong thing. I think he's trying to do the right thing. And of course, Pence needs to use those skills on something other than taking away my rights. Amber says, okay, give me a few minutes and I'll give you some examples. Okay. And CP says, okay, so Pence needs to use those skills to do something other than taking away my rights. Executive orders go around the legislative process is not a good thing. But, okay. And Amber says, you're absolutely right, but I don't pretend Obama is perfect. No, he's not. Comparing executive powers usage between the two, then Trump is not trying to take away your rights. In fact, he loves this Constitution. He's only using executive orders for reasons I explained, that Congress is sitting there and doing nothing again. Isn't it ironic? When the Democrats had control when Obama was president, they did nothing but sit on their hands. Now the Republicans are in control, and what are they doing? They're sitting and doing nothing and sitting on their hands. Instead, they're fighting with the president and trying to basically not do anything at all. So in that case, why is it any better when the Republicans are in control or when the Democrats are in control? The truth is, it doesn't matter. It's sad, but it's true. They're not solving nothing. You're right, we have not seen a budget, CP, because guess why? Because Congress is too wrapped up on holidays and vacations and recesses that they're not focusing on the things that even Donald Trump said, I want done. He says, we need to get this budget, we need to get things together. He's not getting anything done. It's not because of him. It's because they and Mitch McConnell and don't forget, what's his name there? Ryan. Yeah. Another closet Democrat. He claims to be Speaker of the House, and he isn't doing anything either. Every time he tries to do anything, he keeps coming up with a bullshit plan to try to, like the Obamacare and skinny care and thin care and, it's not, it's so, to sit there and say, Donald Trump has any control of this House. He's been trying to push Mr. McConnell to do the right things, but Mr. McConnell is sitting there going, I don't want to. And he's asks Ryan, I don't want to. You don't want to do anything, do you, you fat fucks? All you want to do is sit there and sit there and sit there. While the United States is the risk of going into default because of your lack of inaction. When we have our elections coming up in the midterms, some Democrats are going to get in. But here's the problem. They're going to have a pretty good platform. And the same is true with the Republicans. The Republicans have better come in there to go do their jobs. If they're not going to do their jobs, I don't give a shit who's in there. Focus on the work at hand. Don't sit there going, we'll talk about it after a coffee break. You just had a coffee break 5 minutes ago. Yeah, I know. We haven't done one. No. You're not going to have enough fucking coffee break right now. You're going to do the job I told you to do. Which the American constituents want you to do. Which is to work on the budget, fix the things that are broken, get the legislation in the law, and vote on repealing and replacing Obamacare. And that's what you got to do. But Mitch McConnell hasn't done that. And neither has Paul Ryan there. They're doing none of that. They're just sitting there fucking wasting our time. Okay. Obama resigns from office now. Doing a great service to the country. I'll give him free lifetime. Oh, right now Obama's not even in office. No, he's not. Okay, what I'm going to do, because you guys are starting to get a little faster, it's going to take me a little bit of time to get back, guys. Bear with me, okay? Oh, God, here we go. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to try to read this first. This election is total sham, and honestly, we are not a democracy. No, we are not a democracy. To be honest with you, remember, we have never been a democracy. The United States is a republic, okay? A republic is a group of people that we have elected into office to speak on our behalf. That's what a republic does. Okay, now I'm going to scroll back up here and read this here. So, okay, so CP, that's such a tiny thing. Okay, king making, Amber, okay. And then because we're talking about those companies agree to USA. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. No. You think this mouse is charged? Oh, yeah, I don't know. What's that? Let's see, it'll be a little faster. We can get this mouse working. We have 2 mice on this computer, so I'm going to switch to the other one so I can scroll back here. Okay. Okay. Under tax, okay. Threats to those companies agreed to move back to the USA. Yeah, but it worked. You got to remember that. He did manage to convince them to come back, and Harrison should dump Kristen Stewart in a couple of years. I'm not even sure who that is. Okay. So, actually, okay, I have. Alright, so here, she had married Russell Brand. Michelle, did your healthcare premiums go up? What healthcare? I don't even have healthcare. I only got Medicare, and that's it. My premiums didn't change. My Medicare Part D didn't change. But I didn't get any insurance through the exchanges either. I basically pay out of my own wazoo for my Medicare Part D. 'D. 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 ' And then Amber says, Russell Brand, I think his mother is minus fired. He looks really bad. Russell is a... Tell me who is lost. Who is Russell Brand? I mean, because, you guys have your own conversation, too. So, who's Russell Brand? Really don't see anything wrong with the leader of our country talking like a woman. Well, but still, who is Russell Brand? And if you're talking about what leader of our country talking on Twitter or sometimes saying things to the American people almost like he's the guy next door, no, I do not. You have a choice. You can either listen to the guy's tweets or you don't have to listen to his tweets. I happen to listen to his tweets, but sometimes even I can't, follow them all, so then I just have to take a break. And but I don't have a problem with the president at all. I think he's doing a great thing. But still, who is Russell Brand? Now, you owe me that much, guys, because I don't know who this guy is. Yeah, who is Russell Brand? I don't know. Ask the president of the one who has the one that said. Ask the president has the one he said it. Well, I don't really know if I could actually ask Donald Trump to tell me who Russell Brand is, but like I said, I'm probably sure I'll probably hear more about people as we can. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to grab something to drink real quick because I'm getting kind of warm here. So I got a microphone on so I can still talk to you at the same time. Okay. How's that when your refrigerator is right next to your stuff? Drink Cumberland Farms Cola. This is Diet Cola. Okay. So he is the comedian that Trump attacked in that tweet. Okay. Still, I'm gonna have to Google that later on. He's being a comedian. What do you think about what that Melody Griffith done with the bloody Trump head? What do you think, Amber? Did you like seeing a bloody Trump facsimile of a head being held up by the hair by Melody Griffith? What about you, CP? Same question. Yeah, they did. The cost of healthcare had gone up a lot, extremely. Some states like Arizona are seeing like 120% increase in the exchange rates. A lot of the states are seeing huge increases rates. You think you can bring this screen up bigger? Okay, but this is embarrassing as a president tweeting. Amber just said, Anna Huffington is unattractive both inside and out. I fully understand why her former husband left her for a man. He made a good decision. Another fine Trump tweet. Well, I don't know anything about in a Huffington, from the Huffington Post. I know that from what I saw, she seems like a pretty, she's like a pretty nice place. I'm going to see if I can make the screen a little bigger here. Nope, no, good luck. That's really sad. Yeah, well, that's what happens. Alright, so let me just go this way. Yeah, it's better. Okay, so he said, Ariana Huffington. Ariana Huffington is in her 60s. I saw what she looked like about 20 years ago, and she was kind of cute, but unfortunately, of course, everybody gets older. The Huffington Post is much more of a leftist organization than anything else. Well, no one thought that was okay, even with fake news. She's just singing now. Oh, okay. I saw a different person. Yeah, Ariana Huffington, if you want to know who she is the owner of the Huffington Post, a news outlet that definitely is more of a leftist organization. So I don't know anything about the singer, but maybe that might help with understand. Okay, so as president, he should focus on the job, on his job and his Twitter. You know how pornographic that's. Oh God! I know Kathy Griffin is supported. Well, I didn't really feel too comfortable with the photo, and because I think, like it's been said, just like what happened with Scalise and another congressman who died in Virginia area, is that there's a lot of crazy nut jobs who will take that as a suggestion for them to behead the real president. And see, you get that concern where some crazy nut job is going to say, okay, they're implying that someone needs to take him out, so I'll do it. And that's kind of hard to understand and how to prevent that from happening. What do you think, Amber, about the Kathy Griffith bloody head? Since you like to stuff like that, what do you think when you see the Kathy Griffith and the bloody headed Trump facsimile? Most artists have voiced their displeasure in being fined. Kathy Griffith was literally attacked and sent death rates and investigated. Yeah, that's true, but then again, things are not quite like the times of Andy Warhol or any of the other guys. The United States is going through a lot of hard times right now, and on the global level, the whole world is a bloody mess. No pun intended. I have no idea. I have to research that, see about who is Huffington. So if you give me a few days to do some research into that, I can give you a better answer. At this point, I can't say. I don't know what the full story is, nor that I do about the other person I mentioned earlier. So I need to research that before I can speak my mind on it. The election was absolutely being rigged by the dishonest and disturbing media, pushing crooked Hillary, but also many polling places said. Well, yeah, you just mentioned something very clear. The Democrats were actually stuffing their ballot boxes by having illegals voting in the election. And the media is pushing for Hillary Clinton because they wanted her to continue on with the same leftist agenda. Crappy News Network is certainly no exception to the rule. MSNBC was certainly no exception to the rule. Washington Compost certainly wasn't helping anything. The New York Slime wasn't doing shit. The truth was, and then in the democratically controlled states, which unfortunately mine is one of them, was doing things to give illegals the power to vote. Same thing for California, Oregon, and Washington State, as well as New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and I don't know about Vermont, New Hampshire, but Maine. But they have found evidence that indicates clearly that in the investigation that the Democrats, indeed, in California, were stuffing the ballot boxes, were actually registering dead people to vote. Even if originally the dead person that registered to vote as a Democrat originally was a Republican. So, that is real. If the election was truly fair and balanced and not biased, she could have won. I think Bernie Sanders should have won, and not Hillary Clinton. I think Bernie Sanders overall is a pretty good guy. I mean, I might be a moderate Republican, but I said to my friend, I would vote for Bernie Sanders if he had a chance of winning. But he has no chance of winning, especially when the Republican National Committee had endorsed another candidate other than Donald Trump. Like Ted Cruz was in the running, and Governor, what is his name there? Oh, for God's sakes. Oh, the one from Ohio here. Yeah. Anyway, the point is of the three major members of the Republican Party, Donald Trump was the best of the bunch. He defeated all the others in the debate, but it's not my first choice. Oh my FGG. Michele, stop. He tweeted that because he thought he was going to lose. Okay. Okay, yes, I really would have accepted Bernie Sanders. But, you know what? Kasich, there he is. Kasich, Cruz were his main competition. If one of those guys has got the nomination of the Republican Party, and if the Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, if Bernie Sanders had won the Democratic, I probably would have voted for Bernie Sanders. Honestly. I like Trump, but as I said, he's a businessman. He's not a politician. He doesn't know all the ins and outs of the political system. That's a whole different area. He's a builder. He's a construction person. He builds things. He doesn't build legal documents. He doesn't even know anything about law. Except for when he runs into it, when he has to deal with litigation for, planning and zoning and things like that. It's completely different. So he's in a whole new field that he has no idea. Bernie Sanders at least had a good idea what he was doing, and was pretty smart, pretty well spoken. But unfortunately, Hillary Sneaky Clinton, stole his thunder. She stole his nomination from him. And he was so PO'd because he realized he sold out to the devil of the Democratic side. That sucks. Okay, it says here, it said there was an important revision, but there's two communities. Okay. Yes, I would have voted for Bernie. Okay, it says, there's not proof that don't perpetuate rumors. Amber are fighting. Right, though, because Trump said it does not make it fast. Well, but we do have an idea. We do know clearly what happened with the Democratic National Committee because, unfortunately, Debbie Wasserman Schultz was indeed found to be guilty of hacking through her IT guy from Pakistan, hacking and creating this bullshit, and then, of course, telling the Republican or Democratic people to register dead people to vote, and then they were busing them into different states with different IDs to kind of force the Democrats to basically stuff the ballot box. And you know why Donald Trump won was because of the very strange, complicated, confusing electoral college. But he's president now, and so I'm looking at it now. Since you got 4 years, or it's about 3.5, to seriously show me what you got. Otherwise, in 2020, you're not going to be getting in for a second run. Period. That's the way I see it. Okay? So you got 3.5 years to get your ass together, get your program going, get everything done that you had planned. Or you're not going to have a second term. That's all. That's politically correct. That's being normal. Okay. Right, we wouldn't look like a bunch of buffaloes. It says, we have, because the Circus Act of the world and trade is expecting not to be respect for trade office. Citizens are respecting the office. Let's be honest about the respect of the office. Okay, since you brought that up. Right now, given what's going on, ever since 1973, we have been a trade partner with China. Donald Trump, well, he respects China, and China really does kind of respect him, at least in the sense that they realize he's a man who gets what he says done. But China still has us by the short and curlies because of obvious reasons, because they still make all of our appliances and toys and light bulbs and everything else. And what's going on with North Korea, they're always really kind of feel like they're stuck because they don't really want to have to deal with South Korea and all that stuff. And then just something just fell down. Let me pick that up here. Cat! What my cat doing? I don't see anything on the floor. I don't either. Alright, so, yeah, something fell, but I can't find it. The cord all tangled up. Okay. Let me take a look here. Yeah. Nope, air conditioner fans are fine. Speaking of we got a third cat in the apartment right now. I don't know if Fristies are famous inside, outside, but all right. So, let's see. The next 3.5 years, you need to hurry up. Well, let's put it this way. I think that he's done a lot of potential good so far. I want to see how it goes. And right now, since he has created new jobs and the states are getting new companies come back here, and there's going to be more, 1 billion jobs have been created in this country so far. And Walmart said they themselves are going to, working with the states, they want to create another 1 billion jobs. That can't be that bad. That really can't be that bad. If he's creating that many jobs, then he's going to be doing something right. That's just plain fact. Alright, so yeah, well, they do. Yeah, there's a lot of people that just blindly follow somebody. But whenever it says, I hope you don't feel like we're attacking you, Michele, but there are some people who blindly follow this man, and it's sad to see. Well, yeah, there is a lot of people that followed Hillary Clinton, and there's a lot of people that followed Barack Obama, and there's a lot of people that followed Kim Jong-un, and a lot of people that followed Kim Jong-il, and a lot of men that followed their parent, their father, and there's a lot of men that followed the Jones organization that had the Jonestown. There was and a lot of people that died because of a lot of people that followed David Koresh. But there's not too many like me that will say, wait a second, what are we actually doing? What are we following these people for? And that's the difference, is I'm not afraid to say that. Wait a minute, what are we doing? So let's talk about respect at the office. In my opinion, TLS respect more than ever in history. Nope, not at all. In fact, the presidential office is doing very well, and his ratings are doing really well as well. And I think the presidential office shows that he's a man who sticks behind what he believes in, and that's exactly what the president should do. So I think we have actually increased the respect among other nations of our president, especially what he's doing with North Korea, which is exactly what he should be doing anyway, which is working with the United Nations Security Council through Nikki Haley to, and they voted 19-0 against North Korea, and so because we only have a armistice, we could easily go in there and blow the schmuck side up. That's it. But because he's saying it, no, I don't want to do that, because it's the people themselves in North Korea, the people, not the government, haven't done anything wrong. The government, which is Kim Jong-un, is the one that's starting all this trouble. So that's a big difference. So I wouldn't say that. We have credibility. Look at all the other news outlets. Make sure when you're doing any research, and you know this, see, because you're in a university setting, you know this when doing research and papers and things. Sometimes you need to look at all periodicals, not just your favorite ones. And the United Nations, the United States is still very well liked. You want to talk about a country that's having a problem with credibility with their president? Take a look what's going on in France and Macron. Macron is, originally he was doing better than Marine Le Pen, but the people of France say, you know what, maybe we made a bad decision. Maybe Marine Le Pen would have been a better choice, because there were only two parties left for the equivalent of their primaries. Macron beat out the others of his party, and Marine Le Pen beat out any potential candidates in her party. And they're the remaining people there, and she should have won. You see, Marine Le Pen and me are not much different when it comes to personality. We're both very, very firmly outspoken people. Of course, one of the things I learned on YouTube is that sometimes you have to be a little more turn the heat down a lot, because you don't want to get your channel banned and thrown away because you said something. Maybe Donald Trump has to learn that too. I'll give you that much. But I think overall, I think he's doing a fine job. But Macron, I don't think the people of France really think he was such a good choice for a president. That's all I can tell you from what I've read. I don't know everything about it. That's because you gotta understand something about, I don't know what you're talking about there. Yeah, for some reason her name's Merkel. Angela Merkel is a progressive leftist. She would be similar to Hillary Clinton. She believes in the one world government, the Holy World Government, the Bilderberg Organization, the Bilderbergs ain't the only ones. There's that group. There's a group of Rome and a few other organizations that are a one world government that are working with the Illuminati. She's one of them. And so when she sees that Donald Trump is trying to show that Americans are going to be concerned about America from now on, and we're not going to worry about every illegal alien that comes off the boat. For her, that goes against her party's manifesto. But you know what? Right now, Germany is already saying that he can't be too far from right, because they can barely feed and clothe these people. The same thing in Sweden. The same thing in Canada. he's agreed, for example, to renegotiate with their Prime Minister, Mr. Trudeau, on NAFTA. He didn't decide instead of scrapping it outright. So they are making new NAFTA agreement. But Canada is so wrapped up with the illegals, as is Germany and France and some other countries, that they kind of wish they did not basically say no borders, don't worry about borders, don't worry about papers, you can go where the hell you want, we don't care. But if you don't have borders, you don't have a country. I mean, you may have a country in the form of, I have an ID that says I'm a state resident in Connecticut, right? Fine, where's Connecticut? It was located above New York. Where's the state of New York? I don't know. We don't have borders anymore. See? You got a piece of paper that says you're something the person you're a resident of Connecticut, but there's no longer Connecticut, there's no longer New York State, there's no longer New York City, there's no longer Massachusetts, no longer Rhode Island, or New Jersey, or any of the states. It's the same thing with Germany. It's the same thing with Europe right now. There's absolutely no control over the individual countries have lost control of their sovereignty. And watching that, Donald Trump says, hell no, we're not going there. And I can't disagree with the guy. But, let's see. Well, okay, okay. Say, well, Walmart just cut jobs in West Tennessee. Yeah, Walmart. Let's talk about Walmart for a minute. We got in this situation here, which is called the retail apocalypse. Okay? The retail apocalypse is like this. Everybody's not going into the stores as much anymore. They actually are going online through Amazon. Amazon has become Walmart's biggest nemesis. Okay? Amazon is cutting into Walmart sales. I know that sounds kind of sucky, but it's true. Macy's is closing stores. Kmart is closing stores. Sears is closed stores. JCPenney is closing stores. And then this is just because the whole economy has changed from going shopping in stores, brick and mortar shops, to the online retailers. And these stores, like these mega retail department stores, can't compete. Yeah, but okay. Ember says, I think if Pence was president, at least it wouldn't be that embarrassing. No, I don't think it would be as embarrassing. Maybe they probably would allow him to be president because he's more along the lines of knowledge of their legal loopholes, the deep state. I don't know about that. CB says, yeah, but all my gay rights and my rights as a woman would be at risk if Pence was president. And then, of course, Amber says there's just a risk with Trump. Yeah, but Donald Trump never said he was a homophobe. Okay, and neither did Pence. However, if you want to talk about what I think is the most disturbing person, look at Jeff Sessions for a minute. I know it's not the same topic, but I'm going to bring it up. Despite all the medical evidence that's been clearly shown that marijuana actually has beneficial purposes, he still wants to push the failed war on drugs. Why? Because it makes more money for the police? After all, he still wants to push asset forfeiture. Why? Because it makes more money for the police. But the states, like I said earlier, that have legalized marijuana, and there's a policy, there's a process, those people are not going to be too happy when somebody goes ahead and says, we don't care if you read legislation or not, it's null and void, so go kiss our ass. That's not the way it works. I could point out the 13th Amendment of the Constitution, like I said earlier. Yeah, I know. I hate homophobic. I don't hate homophobic. I don't like homophobic. I try to understand their thinking, at least to some extent. Some of them are homophobic because they thought or were told wrong. Some have never met a gay person in their life, and they were just told that he must hate somebody because of some reason. And then they actually meet people that are gay, and they don't know they're gay. And then they find out that they're gay, and they're like, I didn't think you were gay, I thought you were straight. Well, now, I have my boyfriend and my girlfriend, and we've been living together now for a couple of years. Like, me and Dory are friends, but if me and Dory were a couple, we would go, oh, well, I thought you and Dory were just roommates. We are. Well, we sleep on the same bed. Right now, because of her arms in a sling, she's not actually able to easily sleep on my bed. She's been sleeping on the couch. Because the cat, her little cat, so we have 3 cats here. It's like, the little cat sleeps with her, my cats, where Steve Fame sleep with me in the bedroom. So, but the point is, there's a lot of misunderstandings. Wait, okay. I thought Merkel was kind of cute too. I thought she was pretty cool. Yeah, they are. Well, speaking of strong women, I think Nancy Pelosi is cute too. But unfortunately, I did not know she was 70 plus years old. But she still looks pretty good for 70 plus years old. It's a true story. But unfortunately, just be warmer. The song says, "A secret man behind the beautiful face is an evil mind," and Nancy Pelosi is definitely not too nice. And forget Dianne Feinstein, please. And she's not even cute either. She's just, ugh, I don't know. I do agree with Trump wanting to. No. He wants to have the trade treaties being bilateral, not unilateral. Right now they're unilateral. They're against us. He's saying no, we want a trade agreement that is fair for both their country and our country. It has to be a fair agreement where we get something, they get something. The way NAFTA is, the way the TPP was written, it was not in our favor. NAFTA is being renegotiated. TPP was canceled outright because the Trans-Pacific Partnership and also the TPIP, which is the Trans-Pacific International Protocol, which is another protocol, TTIP. Transatlantic Treaty Intellectual Property, I think it stands for, is so against America that people even in Germany realized that, and people in France realized that. People in their own countries didn't quite like it, and so the TTIP is not as well known as the Trans-Pacific Partnership Act, but it already exists, the Transatlantic Treaty. But now, obviously, Donald Trump wants to change that too. He wants to make the trade agreements bilateral and fair to everybody on a nation-to-nation basis. He doesn't want to have something like TPP or TTIP that's by the whole block of nations against the United States. He wants to work nation-to-nation, one-on-one, to make a trade agreement that works out good for everybody. He really does want to do that. I shopped almost exclusively on Amazon. I shop almost exclusively on eBay. How do you like that? That's absolutely true. I can't drive a car anyway. So, for me, going shopping on eBay is the easiest way to do it. I just don't have time to go out shopping. CP says, I don't have a way to go actually shopping. Okay? So everything I do here is pretty much just by mail order and by online shopping through eBay and sometimes other companies as well. So, yeah. Let's see. And then Trump and homophobic activities. But what homophobic action did Donald Trump do, CP? I don't know what he did. that makes everybody think he's a homophobe. And he's not a misogynist either, because most of the employees of the Trump organization were women. So, I mean, if you're going to say somebody's a homophobe, can you give an example of that where he was? Because I'd like to see you explain that to me. Good point. How's the channel doing? We're doing pretty good right now. It's varying a bit, but it's going up and down, so, yeah, but it's still doing good overall. Let's take a look and see how we're doing here. Yeah, right now, 0.5 messages. Yeah, the messages are kind of going up and down like a yo-yo. Yep, and we're still live. So, like I said, if you guys would like to give me an example of what you mean by saying he's a homophobe, I'd like to hear what you have to say. But I don't see Donald Trump as a homophobe. I see Donald Trump as a New Yorker who speaks sometimes more out loud than he should, but that's the way the New Yorkers are. They tend to do that. My dad was from New York. My dad taught me the tricks. That's no joke. Nope. No, it's absolutely not no joke. That's the truth. My dad taught me the trade. I'm just checking the internet here. Doing good here. Are we still on? We're still on. Wow. Well, we're not using this part, right? No, we're on the home internet right now. Oh, well, I mean, you can turn this off then. I can turn that off. I forgot to do that. Well, anyway. So yeah, he's, I'm just checking to see how we're doing here. Yep. Alright, so, NAFTA sucks. Yes, it does. NAFTA sucks. Absolutely. NAFTA sucks. That's one of the reasons why Donald Trump wants to renegotiate it with Mexico and with Canada. Because he wants NAFTA to be more fair. Because the people who created NAFTA were not thinking specifically for Americans' rights. You know. So yeah, NAFTA sucks, alright. I've been with my wife for 25 years. I have a 17-year-old son. We just recently got legally married. And his birth certificate has both our names on it. Yeah, I'm glad that was worked out eventually. It was actually through the Supreme Court that was legally worked out. And in the state of Connecticut, legal marriage between men and women on the state level started the country started with Massachusetts. That's been a battle going on in the system for a long, long time. I'm glad that finally, the Supreme Court, through all the lawsuits that are filed, finally agreed they need to destroy the Defense of Marriage Act that was pushed specifically against saying that marriage is only between a man and a woman and a man, not a man and a man, or a man and a woman. Donald Trump, to my knowledge, has nothing against the Defense of Marriage. The gay people being married or anything like that. So I don't see anywhere where he's actually outright said about gay people that they're bad. I don't see that anywhere. So yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, it's 11:02 at night. I'm sure that some of you guys are going to probably get ready to tune it in. Some people do have obligations in the daytime. Please do, for those of you who did not watch it, there's the other part of this video. I'm going to rename it Part 1. And, of course, we're going to call this Part 2. So you know that the two parts of this live stream will be up here on YouTube. And lastly, before I forget, is we will be having a live stream on next Sunday, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And that's will be Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And we hope, you know, CB said she'll send a homophobic reference later. Okay, fine. So I hope that everybody will be part of the live stream on next Sunday. Are you going to be part of that, guys? Both you, Amber and CP. Are you going to be part of that? I know we have, and if you don't have to respond here, but you can certainly respond to them. And to all the other people who have watched this and said, gee, you know, I really would love to have seen what they were saying. I would love to see the conversation going on in the background. I am going to do this. I have got the ability on the desktop computer. I'm going to save this, the live chat log. And I'm going to see if I can try to put it up on Google Drive and send the link in with these videos so that so you can read them and you can watch them. And I'm going to read the comments along with it as well. And, okay. Quick about Apple iOS 11. Okay. I installed it. It was about half my apps crashed. Well, you know, let's talk about that real quick. iOS 11. I'm still running 8.3, so on my iPhone 4S. The last version I can successfully run is 9.3 something. And I will not install it because several people have pointed out that it has the newer Apple software is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So probably in your case this probably was something with the version that was not compatible with the older apps. So you're going to have to probably wait and see if your apps will have updates and install the updates to be compatible with the new iOS. As well as keep your iOS updated since you kind of started out on that iOS upgrade treadmill. I know it's like. I never really saw any reason to go beyond 8.3. And there's a subversion to it, but I can't install a lot of software I want to install because the iOS that needs to be like 9.3. And then when I study how much room it's going to take in the transient programming area, I went, oh my god, this thing is going to take 1 meg memory and it's going to basically eat it up like Swiss cheese. Dory has the same problem with her Android phones. It's the same damn thing. Older phones, iOS 11 is terrible on. The iPhone 7 has issues with the newer iOS's. It's kind of laggy, it's kind of jumpy. At least originally was, I think under iOS 10. I don't know about the new out, but that was a problem. Yeah, I would definitely do that. And Chris Perello had said the same thing with her couple, about 6 months ago. He said that with the iPhone 7, he said that it's a beautiful phone and everything, but the newer iOS was 10 something. Really worked very terrible on it. But it worked great on the 6S and the 6, but it didn't work too good on the iOS on the iPhone 7. It was really laggy in the video processing. So definitely that's the reason why I don't like to mess around with the iOS on a working production device, which in this case is my iPhone 4S. If I had another phone that I was just kicking around as a duster phone, I might try it. But it's not like I have phones like people have, cars. Some people have a lot of phones, and they can, play on my finger like playing cards. I don't have that kind of situation right now. My main phone is the BlackBerry 9900 because I like the keyboard on it. I was thinking of get Key 1 too eventually. Alright guys, for the time being, I want to thank everybody for watching this and being a part of the presentation. If I may just wrap this up for now, guys. On Sunday, it's the 20th, at 6 p.m. and hopefully FMLE won't die on me again. we will have another live stream. So again, I want to thank everybody who's watched this. And if you are watching this and want to become a subscriber and you don't know how, you see that little blue square in the lower right hand corner, which many of your browsers will show you. Click on that little blue square. It will show you, then it will say subscribe. Click on the subscribe tab. Make sure to click on the bell icon too, so you always be kept abreast of when we do live streams or anything else. So you won't have to worry about missing out on the video sessions. But for the time being, I'll say everybody has a happy and safe night, and we will talk soon. Okay? So thanks, guys. See you soon. I'm going to log out. Bye-bye.